Yo, got a question. Is sneaker collecting dead? The reason I'm asking is, has the sneaker game lost its soul? With hype dying down, resale cooling off, and collectors are questioning, is it even worth it anymore? We gotta ask, is being a sneakerhead dead in 2025? Let's get into it. And I know people get into sneaker collecting for all kinds of reasons, whether it's hooping on the court, looking fresh amongst your peers, or even being inspired by athletes or celebrities like Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, of all people, even Jay-Z, Kanye, etc. The list goes on. These days, even content creators influence what we buy, including me. But with the game changing, the question is, does sneaker collecting still hold the same weight as it did back in the days? So let's start with the biggest shift, the resale market, how the hype isn't what it used to be. With the rise of reseller apps like StockX and GOAT in 2016, the sneaker game changed completely. Was once a hunt for rare pairs at a reasonable price on platforms like eBay, turned into an instant price hike where reselling charging hundreds over retail the moment issue release. We all feel that pressure. We didn't always get the shoes we want, and if we did, we had to refer to those reseller apps to get the shoe we want for a price we probably don't want to pay. Let's be real. The sneaker market has cooled down significantly compared to its peak back in 2010. I mean, there was no competition. eBay was our only source. And at that point, people wasn't selling shoes. People trying to get rid of shoes that they don't care for. Many hypes released that once sold out instantly now sit on shelves or resell for close to retail. Limited demands and oversaturated from brands like Nike, Adidas, and New Balance, etc. has made sneaker collecting feels less exclusive. Pretty much can get everything we want. But I got a question for y'all. If sneaker ain't as hard to obtain, does making collections less appealing? Like, do we really want to collect shoes if everyone has it? Or the more rare a shoe is, the better it is to collect? I don't know. Does it allow for better or more genuine collector's experience? Y'all let me know. It hasn't changed for most people. Y'all know my stick over here. I buy shoes at the factory store. Don't get it twisted. I do pay retail for certain pairs. You know, those limited exclusive shoes that drop time to time, whether it's a Kobe or Jordan, possibly a LeBron Air Max, in some cases New Balance. They all have limited shoes, but I don't go after every single limited shoes. But when I do pay retail. I don't mean to ruffle any feathers when I talk about brand strategies and lack of innovation. You may or may not know who we're talking about. But I'm gonna say it, Nike and other brands has relied heavily on their retro releases. Clearly we know the Jordan models 1 through 14. We support them. We support them with many different colorways. We support them with the Zoom Air. We support them with the 85 High. We support them with the Reimagines. We support them with the collabs. And the list goes on, even to New Balance. Joe Fresh Goods, is that his name? But some of them are good quality. I mean, you do pay for what you get. But sometimes we're like, why the leather is horrible on this pair, but great on that pair. Prime example, the Air Jordan 1s. I'm a big enthusiast, big collector of those shoes. And the best material they ever use for the Air Jordan 1 is when it has sail in it. Shadow backboards. Shadow backboards 2.0. Matter of fact, the essential pairs, both black and the sail pair. Bread toes. All have sail in them, and the quality is phenomenal. Take it over to New Balance. The 2002 Rs, great shoe. The comfortability is through the roof. Take it back to Nike, the Vomeros. There's old school tech, but it's relevant to today. So we do have mixed feelings when they're retro shoes, because some shoes are good, and some shoes pull at our heartstrings. Like, we gotta get that new retro Jordan. I didn't have it as a kid, but I'm an adult now, and I need it. The Bread 4s come to mind. The white cements, which is dropping later this year. Even the shadow backboards, which a lot of people missed out back in 2015. They got a second opportunity to get that shoe, me included. And the most recent release, Galaxy Foam Posits, which dropped in 2012 for the All-Star Weekend here in Orlando. Crazy story behind that. I wasn't able to obtain a pair, but that do resonate with me, and it holds a passionate part of my heart about getting that shoe, all means considered. Now, I don't want to pay resale, but it's looking like that. But let's not get it twisted. As much as I have room in my heart for these shoes, while I find a solution financially to get these shoes, let's not forget, these shoes will always be obtainable, whether you pay resale or retail. It's because they overproduce a lot of these sneakers. The overproduction of sneakers, poor quality control, the lack of storytelling has made collecting less exciting. Why don't they get that? As much as we want these shoes for our own nostalgia reason, sometimes it's even harder to pull the trigger. A lot of these companies lack innovation because we favoring the retros like the Jordans, the Dunks, the 990s, you name it. We're like, nah, those Air Max DNs, hard pass. Hard pass. And I'm not trying to take a jab at Nike, but nah. And I was never an Yeezy guy, but I did like Adidas basketball shoes. And I bought a lot of them about roughly 10 years ago. Matter of fact, there was a time period I was only hooping in Boost basketball shoes. But some reason, they stopped making basketball shoes with Boost. Then you lost me. And Nike came back with some innovative stuff, and they got me to buy it. And one of my favorite shoes, the Hustle 2s, which I'm now back on the court playing ball, and I recently played ball in them, and that's a great, phenomenal shoe. Great. So all these things considered, financials, the market being saturated, the quality materials is being poor, the lack of storytelling is making it harder for a lot of people to collect these shoes. I would even argue some people are downsizing the collection because now it's quality over quantity. And most people are probably already in that position. They never see the need for a mass collection. I did it because I make content, and sometimes I look at these shoes and I probably won't see them for years until I have to make another video about it. That's another aspect of collecting that's probably fading away, at least with me. There's a collecting part for the content creators, and there's a collecting part for the enthusiasts. There's a collecting part for the storytelling. There's a collecting part for the collabs. Everyone has their own niche that they fall into collecting shoes, but I think we all fit in that one circle of the Venn diagram where we all feel like, I'm over it. But this video is not to bash any particular company. This video is not to persuade you to or not to collect shoes. I'm just speaking out loud, some thoughts I had in my head, and I don't really do talking heads. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and leave your comments down below if you guys also feel that you're over it as well. Is sneaker collecting dead? And one question I never got into, and I'm going to leave it on this note. How many pairs of shoes do you need to have to be considered a sneaker collector? Can you have 5 shoes and be a sneaker collector, or do you need 500? I don't know. Y'all comment down below. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.